Howdy, this is Mackenzie Franklin from SideGame LLC here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Today we're going to be taking a look at Hostage Negotiator. Now this includes Crime Wave, the base game, as well as the career expansion, as well as every single available expansion piece of content for the Hostage Negotiator game. That includes promos, etc. Now that being said, this is a fully sleeved copy, and let's jump in to see how we consolidate it all into one box and organize it well. Now, first off, you're going to notice that the game has no lid lift. Everything fits in very nicely. And let's take a look and see what happens. First off, we lift the box off here, and we're going to see that we have an achievement sheet. So you have all of these goals that you can do, which is pretty fun and allows you to jump in and try to do specific things for the different characters. You also have the rule book here. And then you have our board. Underneath that, we have all of the cards, as well as this slot that's going to contain a lot of your other components. So first, we got a pencil here. You'll need one for the career campaign. And then we have a large plastic bag that's going to hold all your career components. This is going to conclude your campaign log, your stress, as well as all of the additional cards and just kind of your current quest line. Everything is going to fit in here. You'll just put it all into a bag, and that way you pull it out and you're ready to go. Up next, we have a bag of all of the different character meeples that you can use to add a little bit of flavor to your game. Next, you'll have a box of all of the yellow characters. Now, I've only used one set of yellows here because in the game for career, you're supposed to combine them. However, I don't feel that you actually need to. You can just keep a running total of the total amount of people that you have. So that's been my solution for this. I don't really feel like you need to have that many, as they're really only counted for the last scenario in the game. The next thing that you're going to check here, and this is going to contain all of your dice as well as your player components. So all of that is stored in this black bag here. Super nice. This is generally supposed to be used so that you can pull out a character randomly. But in the career expansion, you're going to have specific characters you're going to need to find. So I found it easier to store the dice and whatnot in here and then be able to find the specific character you need in this bag. So that's why they're in those separate containers. Up next, we have all of the different cards here. These are going to be your stressors, additional cards for career. These are the ones that you're not using at the time or that you are using and could be potential things that you add to your career deck. So they're in their own separate bag here. You simply grab them, and when you spend them, you just kind of slide them to the back here once you've used them. And then inside here, you'll notice that we actually have a separate box here. Now, this box is going to be the original base game. I think this one is actually from the career expansion. Yeah, it also fits the original box from the base game. But this is going to have all of your unlockable components and additional tokens that you may need for your adversaries. I'm not going to go into any detail here. Underneath, there are additional dividers as well as content that may be unlocked in the game. So I'm not going to reveal any of that as well. But all of that is under this box. So just keep that in mind. I'm just going to leave this on top here so you don't see any of that accidentally. So no spoilers here. The next thing that you'll see here are all of these cards. And so let's go ahead and tilt this and look at how we've organized them. So first thing that we have all of your abductors. They're going to fit nicely on the top 3 rows here. All of your different abductors will fit nicely there with their associated cards. And this is going to be completely sleeved. So really nice there. And then up next, we're going to have our traits as well as any of your campaign abductor cards. All of that is going to fit nicely into here. So very nice. All your campaign stuff is here. All your abductors are going to be in these rows. And then lastly, you'll have your conversation cards based on your different characters, as well as your demands, negotiation cards, and then terror cards for the 2 different sets. And then lastly, your special events and terror cards, so pivotal events. So all that is organized nicely. The big thing that you need to know is player cards and events for setup, all the different characters, campaign stuff. And it fits very nicely. Once again, fully sleeved. I'll put a link in the description for the sleeves that I use here. But that is everything for Hostage Negotiator, career, and all expansions. So let's go ahead and pack it up. So first off, let's take that gigantic bag of those event cards that you'll potentially pull out. We'll take all of your extra hostages and put them in here, or all your hostages, I should say. You'll take your dice and all your cards and, your dice and your tokens you'll need for setup. Then you'll take your components here, your little character meeples. You'll take your die and kind of slide that into the side here. And then lastly, keeping all of the bulk components on the bottom here, you'll put those on top. So that way it sits very flat and nicely on that large open area. The last thing you'll do is you'll put that main board on top, your rule book, and last but not least, that achievement sheet if you choose to use it. And that is organizing Hostage Negotiator. If you have any questions about what you saw here, please please let me know down in the comments below. How do you organize your copy of Hostage Negotiator? What is your favorite person to go against here? I'd love to hear what you think and what you think of the organization system. Thank you so much for watching. Side Game Strong.